So I think for a lot of golfers, those longer approach shots into the green are a real challenge, and they're not really sure whether they should be using a long iron, a hybrid, or a fairway wood. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the difference between 3 iron, 3 hybrid, and 7 wood, and help you understand, if you don't get a chance to try the clubs, which you should, which of these clubs should benefit which golfers, and therefore get that in your bag and help you play better. So let's start with 3 iron. So obviously iron head, tiny, not a lot of loft on there, so not the easiest club to get in the air. So if I were to hit 3 iron, set myself up, put a normal golf swing on it. So felt solid. We can see 97 mile an hour club head speed, launching at 13 degrees, peak height of 74 feet, carrying 214, rolling out nearly 240. So that's nice for total distance, but there was a lot of run on that, wasn't there? So when that gets on the floor, on the ground, that's going to really run a long way like we saw on TrackMan. So then the other option is, because that's too flat and runs out, golfers talk about, right, let's change to hybrid. And when we look at the hybrid, straight away we can see a much deeper head front to back. So the middle of the club is going to try and catch the shaft up. Idea being this is going to launch the ball higher. So maybe carry similar distance, same length shaft, but higher and softer landing. So let's go with this one. So we can see considerably higher, only a smidge quicker on club head speed, different material shaft, launching at 15 degrees, peak height now 108 feet, carry 211 and roll out only 224. So definitely into the green, that's a much better shot. But what if I wanted to hit it higher and even softer? Without changing my swing, I could potentially go to 7 wood. So a little bit more loft on the face, but a longer shaft. Club head much deeper front to back. So again, idea being this should have more loft at impact, have a bit more spin, hit it higher, maybe go a smidge further, but not run out quite as far. So then we go 7 wood. And again, nice and solid. Launching at 14, a little bit quicker club head speed because of the longer shaft. Height 114, carrying about the same at 210, but rolling out to 219. So I know what you're going to say and comment below anyway. You're going to say, that's fantastic, but not everybody swings at my club head speed. Now this is where, as the club head speeds get slower, you actually need more assistance launching the ball in the air and getting the ball in the air. So we're definitely looking at which one's going to hit it flatter, the iron, then the hybrid, and the highest would be the fairway wood. So if I take a lot of speed out of my swing and hit the 3 iron, so I've absolutely ripped that, hardly got off the floor, launching at 9.6, no spin, carrying at 129, and rolling out 166. So as good as that was, rip that, can't have something that's only carrying 129 yards. So what most golfers do is they just presume that because they're no good with the long iron, the hybrid is the go-to club. And we set up, and again, I'll take some speed out and try and be as consistent as I can be. So maybe a smidge quicker. Yeah, 80 mile an hour. Still launching very, very low. Carrying 169, rolling out 194. But you can see, even taking speed out, the trajectory is higher than iron, but still a little bit on the flat side. So that's where particularly 7 wood, maybe even 9 wood for some golfers out there, you're able to keep everything very much the same. And with that slower club head speed, we're going to see the ball launch much, much higher flight, launching at 16.5 there. More spin to keep the ball in the air, 71 feet peak height, 155 carry. So we see the carry not huge, but then that rollout much better. And I do think most golfers are too obsessed with the total distance. And don't get me wrong, it is important. But if the ball's only carrying, say, 140 to roll out 168, If there's any trouble, water or hazards, bunkers in the way, you're going to hit it straight in there. Whereas that design of the fairway wood, for most golfers, makes such a big difference that they can just make their normal golf swing, get the ball up in the air, going forward. See, I've been a smidge quicker there, but we see that peak height still 63 feet off the floor. And even if I take more and more speed out with the 7 wood, we can see there 78 mile an hour, launching at 19 degrees, up in the air, 145 carry and 165 total. So what you're potentially looking at is if you've got lots and lots of clubhead speed, the long iron, maybe not 3 iron, but 4 iron, is potential. But even for me, 3 iron's very flat and runs out a lot. Hybrid definitely hits it a little higher, even for those guys with quicker clubhead speeds. And it's good, and it's somewhere in between. But majority of golfers, and we see this with male and female tour players, lots of players nowadays putting 7 woods, 9 woods in the bag. The length of the shaft's going to get you that extra clubhead speed. So if you have got slower speed, this is going to help. This, though, is going to help you launch the ball up in the air, hit it higher, maybe a little bit more distance through the air, but most importantly, when the ball lands, it's not going to run out as far, giving you that ability to land it on the green and stop it. So in theory, what are we saying here? I would probably say nearly every golfer out there, 7 wood is a consideration. Definitely then for most golfers, if not fairway wood, because you might be uncomfortable with length of shaft, the hybrid is an option. But if you can get fitted to make sure the hybrid's got enough loft, and for a very select few number of golfers out there, the long iron could be the perfect club for you. Now for me, 3 irons out the bag. I don't particularly like hybrids. 7 wood's been in the bag for 2 years, and it's definitely staying in, and it's definitely going nowhere.